Ladies and gentlemen, gather around for the amazing saga of the Jefferson Nickel. A coin that looks small but can carry a fortune in history and value. Bearing the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on one side and his Monticello home on the other, this 5-cent piece was introduced in 1938 to honor America's third president. It replaced the old Buffalo nickel and ushered in Felix Schlag's design to coinage. Almost from the start, collectors took notice. The Jefferson Nickel series began during a transitional period in U.S. coinage, and in its inaugural year any variety from 1939 would later carry extra appeal as a historical first-year issue. In 1939 America, at the start of World War II overseas, the Denver Mint struck about 3,514,000 Jefferson Nickels, the lowest mintage of any regular issue coin in the series at that time. Only the Denver 1950 issue had even fewer pieces. Numismatic experts note that because so few of the 1939 D nickels were saved, this coin is extraordinarily rare. In fact, collectors regard the 1939 D Jefferson nickel as a true key date of the series, commanding a premium beyond almost any other issue. That extreme rarity makes surviving specimens like buried treasure. Just recently, one high-grade 1939 D Jefferson nickel was revealed to fetch roughly $350,000 at sale, a figure that astonished even seasoned collectors. Coin experts point out that such prices reflect not only the coin's scarcity but also its pristine condition. A Jefferson nickel struck in mint state condition from 1939 is far more valuable than its face value of 5 cents. Indeed, the $350,000 sale was so remarkable that writers noted it as a clear sign of how dramatically rare coin values can climb. Collectors especially prize the first-year 1939 issues. As one coin reference puts it, the inaugural year of the Jefferson Nickel series, any major variety from 1939 carries extra collector appeal. In other words, owning a piece from that first year is like holding a slice of history. On top of that, factors like low production and superb preservation greatly multiply the value. For example, 1939 nickels with the coveted full steps detail sell for over $3,000 in high grades. A sharp, flawless example from 1939 isn't just a nickel. It's a numismatic prize. But history adds more drama. Jump ahead a few years to World War II. Starting in 1942, the U.S. Mint changed the alloy of the nickel to 35% silver to conserve nickel for the war effort. These war nickels contain silver, making them interesting both for their history and their metal. One legendary piece from this era is the 1942 P-proof nickel known as the Frith nickel. Struck in 1942 with silver composition, it was the only such proof ever made at Philadelphia that year. That single 1942 silver Jefferson nickel became a superstar among collectors. One private sale of the Frith nickel was reported around $175,000. This war nickel record sale shows that even a coin once used for change can become a priceless relic. Now, let's fast forward to another milestone. 1964. In 1964, a curious thing happened. U.S. coinage was on the verge of change, and the San Francisco Mint produced special matte finish nickels in a collector's special mint set. These 1964 S nickels weren't meant for circulation, and almost no one knew they existed. Fewer than 40 examples were ever made. They didn't come to light until a 1993 auction, making the 1964 S Jefferson Nickel effectively the holy grail of the series. In fact, coin dealers call the 1964 SMS the ultimate prize of Jefferson Nickels. Even though each coin is only worth 5 cents face value, today a top-condition 1964 SSMS Jefferson Nickel can bring nearly $9,000. That's incredible for a nickel and shows how a special year can drive the price into 4 figures. Other key dates also stir excitement. For example, The Denver 1950 nickel had an even lower mintage than the 1939 D, so it too is extremely rare today. A high-grade 1950 D, especially with full steps, is one of the most coveted Jefferson nickels, often selling for tens of thousands of dollars. In general, collectors tally things like mint mark, strike quality, and design quirks. And if those coincide with a low mintage year, the value explodes. So, is the Jefferson nickel really that valuable? The evidence says yes. Rare Jefferson nickels routinely command astronomical prices in the modern market. Even modestly scarce varieties in mint condition are worth far more than their face value. Many examples routinely go for hundreds or thousands of dollars. The highest recorded sales, like the six-figure 1939 D or the seven-figure plus Frith nickel, demonstrate that top-grade rarities can reach into the upper hundreds of thousands of dollars. In short, these coins have proven themselves to be treasure troves. Imagine that a small Jefferson nickel from your pocket could one day be revealed to be a multi-million-dollar legend. Keep in mind that even a 1939 D Jefferson nickel without special errors can easily sell for several $1,000s if in top condition. Every detail counts, and history is on the side of collectors. The portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse mean these coins carry centuries of story. They are more than currency. They are tangible pieces of American history and heritage. Collecting Jefferson nickels can also be a satisfying investment. Experts note that rare coins like the 1939 Jefferson nickel have tended to increase in value over time. In an age of uncertainty, some investors even view these old nickels as a way to diversify. You literally hold a piece of the past that has shown itself to be precious. But beyond the dollars and cents, there's the simple thrill, finding out that a common coin hides an extraordinary story. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jefferson Nickel series is a storybook of American numismatics. From its debut in 1938 to its wartime role and on to the special series of 1964 and beyond, every era left its mark on this coin. As one coin guide puts it, the series ranges from the legendary 1964 SMS worth nearly $9,000 to accessible war nickels with silver content, offering excitement at every level. Every Jefferson nickel has the potential to surprise you. Keep searching. The next rare find could be just around the corner, and it could turn a nickel into a small fortune.